Hello everyone and welcome back to Prestige Reef. Now I'm going to be honest with you, the title of this video is a little bit of a loaded question. But the reason I wanted to make this video is because there are so many people that come to the coral farm literally terrified of the concept of ever owning any SPS corals. But is it actually that hard anymore? The first thing you need to accept is that not all corals are created equally, and that is especially the case with SPS corals, some of which grow so fast they are invasive, whereas others will die if you look at them the wrong way. Hard in this hobby is a matter of perception, and a better way to describe it is that some corals require more effort than others. There are some people which are going to hate me for saying this, because many of you will be there believing you're some sort of Aquaman or woman, impressing your friends who say things like, "I could never do that," which gives you an ego boost. However, nothing we actually do is hard. I am quite literally the perfect example of this. I failed everything at school. In fact, in all honesty, I didn't even finish it. You don't need to take a course to use a test kit. You can give them to anyone and they can read the instructions and they'll know what to do. Nor do you need to be Einstein to measure salt and pour it into water. All of these, however, require effort, and that effort isn't hard. It's just manual labour. See what I'm getting at here? We all have the ability to do these basic tasks. It's more about if we have the discipline, desire, and motivation to do them. Some of that manual labour can be offset though with equipment, for example a dosing pump. Therefore, something I am willing to concede to is an easy SPS tank can be more expensive, for example, than a soft coral tank. Now don't get me wrong, you'll still need some knowledge regarding parameters and how to keep them stable, but as far as I'm concerned, the knowledge for an SPS tank isn't any different to having an LPS tank. And I'll tell you a little secret, I find my SPS system far easier to run than my LPS system. For a start, they don't randomly sting each other from a foot away just to be bastards. I'm looking at you, Galaxia. They're also generally cheaper, faster growing, and easier to frag than LPS as well. So if some SPS is considered easier than others, what one should you be considering? And what makes them more forgiving? Beginners should avoid all Acropora, including Millipora, which is often considered an easier version of Acropora. As with everything though, there are exceptions to the rules, like Barley Green Slimer, but as a blanket statement for beginners, all acros are best avoided. Montipora, however, are a great place to start. They come in 3 different growth patterns: branching, such as digitata, plating, such as grafted Montipora, and encrusting, such as Mystic Sunset. Although there is one oddball, which is Montipora hirsuta, that has never really fit into any of these categories, because it's pretty much a combination of all 3. You could have a tank filled entirely with these, that would give you a diverse combination of patterns, colours, and shapes, and I genuinely believe you'd have far more success than a mixed reef or a tank filled with just torch corals or acants. Seriatopora, Stylophora, Pasillopora, and Hystrix again are all branching, but with a different growth pattern to branching Montipora to add to the visual diversity of your tank. All of these have a wider range of light and flow requirements, but the big one is nutrients. They handle higher levels of nutrients far better than acros do. But that still doesn't mean they should have to, and you should endeavour to maintain the correct levels. The reason I'm making this video is not to demotivate people that have tried and are struggling. It's both to give people the confidence to try something new, but also to get people to re-evaluate how they are running their tanks. During the consultations, I say to people all the time, if you want one of these beautiful show tanks you see online, you need to be willing to put in the same amount of effort that Aquarist does. Do you think that any of these amazing show tanks are still using RO water from their local fish shops? Do you think any of them skip the occasional water change? And do you think any of them don't test at least once a week? As with anything in life, if you want the same success that other people have, you have to be willing to do what they are willing to do. I, for example, will never be a bodybuilder for the exact same principle. I'm not willing to spend hours at the gym every single night. And once you realise it's more about effort to do some pretty mundane tasks than some sort of unachievable knowledge or magic, it gives you the confidence to expand your horizons and opens you up to the world of easier SPS corals. So in answer to the question, Are SPS corals even hard anymore? In my opinion, not really. The basics are the same as an LPS tank and people fear those far less. They just require more discipline to stick to a simple manual labour schedule to keep everything stable. I hope you enjoyed watching my video. Please feel free to comment below if you have any questions. If you did enjoy it, why not click that like and subscribe button. Have a good week, and I'll see you next time.